The cars lined up, engines revving. Zoom, the red race car, was ready to go. Beside him was Stella, the sleek blue sports car. They were on a mission, their destination, Spencer's house. Spencer, wearing his favorite blue shirt, waited eagerly. "Ready, set, go," shouted the announcer. The cars zoomed off, leaving a trail of dust behind them. They had quite the adventure ahead. The first obstacle, a giant mud pit. Zoom zipped around the edge, but Stella wasn't so lucky. Splutter, splat! She was covered in mud. Two mischievous tiger cubs giggled nearby. They had aimed their mud-slinging tails at just the right spot. "Oh no!" cried Stella. But she wasn't giving up. She put her engine in gear and powered through the mud, leaving the tiger cubs sputtering with laughter. Next up, a dark and twisty tunnel. Zoom zoomed in, his headlights cutting through the darkness. But the mischievous tiger cubs had another trick up their sleeves. They filled the tunnel with balloons. "Whoa!" shouted Zoom as he bumped into the balloons. He honked his horn playfully, sending the balloons flying. He emerged from the tunnel laughing. The cars sped onward, approaching a field of tall, tickly grass. The tiger cubs hid, wiggling their whiskers with mischief. This was their chance to slow the cars down. As the cars drove through the grass, the cubs tickled their tires with their tails. The cars swerved and giggled, but they kept going, determined to reach Spencer. Ahead lay a giant puddle, with the only way across being a bridge made entirely of bubbles. The tiger cubs watched with wide eyes. Surely the cars couldn't cross this. Carefully, Zoom and Stella drove onto the bridge. The bubbles shimmered and wobbled, but the cars stayed afloat. They crossed the puddle, leaving the tiger cubs amazed. Section 6, the Confetti Canyon. The final obstacle, Confetti Canyon. The tiger cubs had saved their best trick for last. They unleashed a storm of confetti, hoping to block the car's view. The cars drove on, their windshields covered in colourful confetti. But Zoom and Stella were too clever. They used their windshield wipers to clear their view and kept driving towards their goal. Section 7. Almost there. They could see Spencer's house now. He was jumping up and down, waving his arms. Zoom and Stella honked their horns excitedly. They were almost there. The tiger cubs, seeing the finish line, jumped up and down and cheered for their new friends. Section 8. A triumphant reunion. Zoom and Stella screeched to a stop in front of Spencer. He was so happy to see them. He hugged Zoom and Stella, thanking them for coming. The tiger cubs came over, offering sheepish grins. Spencer laughed and gave them a big hug too. They had all had so much fun. Section 9, a day to remember. Spencer, Zoom, Stella, and even the mischievous tiger cubs spent the rest of the day playing games and telling stories. It was a day filled with laughter, friendship, and adventure. And they all knew they would be the best of friends forever.